we're going to make double chocolate potato brownies. Yeah, you heard me right. Potatoes. They're actually made with mashed potatoes. You can't taste them once they're baked, and they absolutely are delicious. So let's get started. First, what you're going to need is a large bowl, and in the large bowl what you're going to do is you're going to melt 3/4 of a cup of butter or margarine, whatever that you prefer to use. And that was 3/4 of a cup. And it's probably easier to melt it, of course, in your microwave. The next thing we're going to put into the butter is 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate. And this is the same thing. You want to melt it in your microwave. Now, if it's warm, when you put it together, you should let it sit out for about 15 minutes to let it cool. Mine have already cooled, so I'm able to continue putting all my ingredients in. And the reason they want it to be cool is because you're going to be putting eggs in it in a few moments, and you wouldn't want to make scrambled eggs. So that's one of the reasons why you want it cooled or at room temperature once you melt it. And then just combine that. Now you could do this recipe with just a spoon or a spatula, or you can use your hand mixer. It's really up to you. What you're going to put in this mixture now is granulated sugar, and you're going to put 1½ cups of granulated sugar. And I am going to use my mixer so I can move it along a bit faster for the video. And I have it on medium speed. And then just combine everything. Get to that bottom of the bowl and work those sides. And it'll look like this. Now once you do that, you're going to put in 4 eggs at room temperature, and I'm going to put 1 in at a time so they are all mixed together and combined. That's the second one. The third. And the fourth. And you just want to beat it till you know that it's all combined. And that won't take you very long at all. The next thing you're going to do is put in vanilla. And you're going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla and combine that. And you're also going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that's all combined and smoothed together. And this is where the mashed potatoes come in. This is a cup of mashed potatoes that I had already cooked for dinner, and I saved a cup for the recipe, and they're at room temperature. You do want them cold. You do not want them hot. And then just put the potatoes in your batter, and then just start mixing them so they're completely blended and there's no lumps or residue of the mashed potatoes. These brownies come out very moist. They not only look really pretty once they're baked, but they taste fantastic. And the last thing that you're going to mix in is all-purpose flour. And you're going to be using 1½ cups. And the same thing applies just till it all comes together and you don't have any lumps. Okay, that was the rest of the flour. That was 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. And then on high, I'm just going to beat it all together to make sure that it's completely smooth more than a minute or a minute and a half. And I'm going to show you what that looks like once it's combined. There you go, and it's a real rich, chocolatey, very velvet, light batter. Now once you have that done, you're going to need a 13 by 9 pan greased, and I went ahead and greased my 13 by 9 with solid shortening. And then all you have to do is pour your batter into your 13 by 9. Now you're going to bake these brownies at 350 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. So start watching your oven and your temperature of the brownies, you know, around maybe 20 minutes or so. Now once you do that and you've poured it into your 13 by 9, you're going to use 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts, or whatever type of nut that you prefer, and just sprinkle it all over the top. If you want to put less, if you feel that that's too much, then just put on just enough to cover. And I usually even have a little left over. And then you're going to take 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips and just sprinkle them evenly all over the top. And I'm using the miniatures, so you can use a little bit less. You can use about 1/2 cup of those, but 3/4 of a cup if you're using the regular size. And you'll completely fill the whole top up with them. So just to give you an idea. And again, put it in the oven at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. Now once they bake and you cool them for about 20 minutes, then you can go ahead and cut them. And this is exactly how they're going to come out. You have these beautiful, rich brownies that no one's ever going to believe that mashed potatoes are in one of the ingredients in this great tasting brownie. Give this one a try. I hope you like it. If you do, let me hear from you. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.